Hey guys. Oh, paint boogers. All right, been a little bit, and here's why. I'm down in the hole painting now. Moving into a new house that we've just got built, and guys, there's a lot of work that has to be done to it. So that's what I've been doing here lately. Oh, I'm not sure there's much I can do to make that look better. Well, different time of season, dirt's been moved, some things have been planted, and some rain has fallen. Good time to go look. And look what I see sitting at my feet. Look at that. Wow, that's nice for the garden. So many of these are broken. Awesome. All right, guys, I just caught the edge of this. Just a little bit of color poking out there. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's quartz. Yeah. Ooh, how fresh is that break? Maybe not terribly fresh. All right. I poked one a second ago, but I put it right back just as slick as I was able to, because I want you to see what you gotta really look for. I'm gonna get you in kind of close to give you a little advantage. I want you looking for color. All right, did you see it? You might have spotted that little disturbed dirt. That's the color you're looking for. Right there. Gotta look close. Look at that. It's the most complete and perfect little Garden Creek point that I have found so far. That's just lovely. Great little point. Well, another day. Come back for a little bit of a slower scan the second time around. Well, paid off. I saw a little bit of quartz. And we got a nice complete one. Boy, look at the big stack on that thing. Look at that big old knobby stack. You know why they quit on it anyway, don't we? But it'll display pretty from that side. Got a large piece of pottery right here. Not typical for the garden. Yeah, looks like maybe some check stamping, so it falls right in line with a lot of the artifacts here. Kind of to be expected. I'd be really surprised to run across some like complicated stamped pottery. This site's a little bit older than that. I think I've got one other piece. It may have been cord marked pottery. I'll show you at the end, but it's so crude that I'm not sure that's what it is yet. All right, guys, headed to the garden. I'm a bit excited this morning. It never quit raining yesterday, and it was some good heavy rains. I think we got maybe 3 or 4 inches of rain yesterday. So because the garden is pretty fresh, plowed, the dirt might have been loose enough that we have some good erosion going on in the garden, and that's going to expose a lot of material. If the dirt was packed, because we had a good dry spell before all that rain, the water may have just kind of washed off the top of it a little bit. We're still going to look, but what I'm hoping for is some good trenching. And it's kind of, you know, a little bit of a pain for the farmer, but good for me. So we'll find out in just a minute. All right, well, I gotta tell you, I was looking for a whole lot more of this. But as you can see, the old rose held up pretty good. But it still got a good washing, so we're gonna get muddy is what we're gonna do. And we'll see. Won't know till I look, but I really was hoping this had washed down the middle of these rows a little bit more than this. All right, I believe we're on the board with one. Ooh. Crude looking dude, ain't it? The old knobby thing. But it sure wasn't showing the other day, so that's a good sign. Well, I didn't get this one in situ. Thought it was a little chunk of charcoal, to be honest with you. But a little bit of a blade there. Knox chert. I love that stuff. Now, I might have 2 pieces here. That is an odd material, but it looks like a shoulder and base to me. Yeah, it is one. It's not a very pretty one, but it's complete. What really caught my eye is that. That looks like a non-native material and a big chunk of it, but I don't know what we got. That's exactly what we got. Big chunk of non-native material. It looks like rhyolite to me. But that one never made it. We'll leave it right there to get washed off a bit more. Well, I think we got ourselves something a little bit more refined anyway. Look at there. That base is, well, can't call that bifurcated, but come close to it, didn't it? Yeah, that's a pretty little one. Man, this must be the day for big ugly ones. Look at that. Well, sure wish that other ear had hung on. That'd have made it a little prettier. Anywho, we'll take it. I think we got the base to one of those Garden Creek points. Now here's an artifact that I find from time to time, but I don't usually call it out, you know, or really even show them. I think that's a graver or a perforator. Basically like a little hand drill or something to scribe with. Maybe drill through leather or buckskin, something like that. It just doesn't have, it's been intentionally worked to that shape, but it doesn't have any sort of, there's a break right there, but it wasn't a projectile point. At least not in this iteration. This was intentionally made. I find lots of pieces that could be, but this is one that I'll call. Look at that tip. Wow. Man, that may have been a drill right there. Golly. I have yet to find a drill intact. I find these long, thin points like that though, and man, does it make a guy start to wonder. That's got some pretty color to it. Well, I just found a true arrowhead. That's one of the youngest artifacts that has come out of this garden so far. Look how tiny that is. A lot of guys call that a bird point, but nope. True arrowhead. Yeah, that's that could be 500-600 years old. Relatively young compared to everything else. But this was a travel corridor, so that's to be expected. Well, guys, last row, last 15 feet. Looky there. Again, not the prettiest specimen in the world, but you know what? I'll take it. That one's actually not too bad. We'll say it's got character. How's that? Most importantly, it's intact. That's a rare thing in the garden. Well, guys, I took an opportunity to clean these artifacts up over here by the raceway. Look at the color. I love when that happens. Those artifacts are so dirty that you can't really see what they got until you start cleaning on them. But look at the variety of color. I picked up a lot of flaking. That shirt right there is translucent. Looks like an old beer bottle is what it kind of looks like, but black. Found a couple pieces of pottery. This is some of that heat-treated red stuff. That still breaks my heart. I knew that would be a pretty color. Got a few completes. All in all, pretty good guy.